The Stoic Art of Not Caring. How to master inner peace in a world that wants your attention. There is a subtle power in not reacting, a quiet strength in not caring. Not in the cold, bitter sense, but in the Stoic sense. The sense that says, this is beyond me. This does not deserve my suffering. This does not touch my inner fortress. In a world addicted to outrage, distraction, and noise, the Stoic learns to be still. Welcome to Stoic Gateway, where ancient wisdom meets modern chaos. In this episode, we'll explore the timeless Stoic discipline of indifference, how not caring can save your energy, protect your mind, and unlock real freedom. Welcome to Stoic Gateway. Stay until the end to unlock the Stoic power, the disease of caring about everything. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Open your phone. Scroll for 30 seconds. How many things are demanding your care? A political argument, a celebrity scandal, a stranger's vacation, a news story designed to enrage you, and underneath it all a whisper that says, you must care, you must react. But ask yourself, do you? What happens when you care about everything? When every post steals your peace, every insult wounds your ego, every opinion feels like a threat, you become a slave. Seneca warned us. He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary. Caring about what does not matter is self-inflicted suffering, and in the Stoic tradition, that's a sin against reason. The Stoic meaning of not caring. Let's be clear, when the Stoics talk about not caring, they don't mean apathy or numbness. They mean careful discrimination between what is within your control and what is not. Epictetus says, some things are up to us and some things are not. To the Stoic, not caring means refusing to waste your soul on the uncontrollable. It means you remain unmoved by insult, praise, weather, wealth, or misfortune, because none of these can touch your character, your judgment, your values. You don't stop caring about people. You stop caring about ego traps, external validation, and futile concerns. The inner fortress. Marcus Aurelius describes your mind as a citadel, a fortress no one can invade unless you let them in. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So what happens when you constantly let outside chaos into your inner world? You become anxious, reactionary, angry, weak. The Stoic builds an inner fortress, a place of calm, logic, and stillness. From there, you watch the storm, but you don't get caught in it. You hear the insult, but don't let it define you. You lose the job, but keep your character. You're misunderstood, but you remain whole. This is the art of Stoic detachment, not indifference to life, but indifference to what cannot enslave your soul unless you allow it. The modern battle for your mind. Today, your mind is under siege, not by invading armies, but by notifications, advertising, and algorithmic manipulation. Every swipe is a test of your stoicism. Will you respond with emotion? Will you care what they said? Will you lose sleep over someone's digital opinion? Or will you remain anchored in reason? Seneca again warns us, if you want to escape from your troubles, you don't need to be somewhere else. You need to be someone else. You need to become the person who doesn't take every bait, the person who says, This is not worth my attention. My attention is too sacred. What is truly worth caring about? So, if we are not to care about fame, insult, or fortune, what should we care about? The Stoics are clear. Your character, your actions, your reasoned judgment, your duty. Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Care deeply about your integrity, about your virtue, about doing the right thing, not being seen doing it. Care about whether your soul is upright, not your reputation. Care about how you respond to life, not how life treats you. This is not about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming focused, because the moment you stop scattering your care, you begin to concentrate your power, the power of the observer. Imagine this. You are watching a storm from a mountain. You don't try to stop it. You don't curse it. You just observe. This is the mental posture of the Stoic. You become the observer of your thoughts, the watcher of your emotions, the guardian of your attention. When you step back from the whirlwind and say, I see what's happening, but I choose not to react, you step into power. This is how you begin to master yourself. This is how you begin to live like a sage. Practical steps to master Stoic indifference. Let's go from theory to practice. Here are Stoic tools you can start using today. 1. The dichotomy of control. When something upsets you, ask, is this in my control? If no, let it go. If yes, act with reason. Those. Negative visualization. Visualize loss, discomfort, insult in advance, not to suffer, but to inoculate yourself. Epictetus taught his students to imagine being robbed, insulted, or exiled, so that when it came, they remained composed. Tries. Journaling like Aurelius. Each night, ask, what did I care about that didn't deserve my energy? Where did I let myself be reactive? Where did I remain composed? Writing clears the fog. 4. Voluntary discomfort. Choose to go without comfort. Fast. Walk in silence. Turn off your phone. The more you train your mind to endure, the less you fear. 5. The pause. Before reacting, pause. Before replying, breathe. In that pause is your power. As Viktor Frankl, a modern Stoic in spirit, wrote, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. What you free when you stop caring. When you stop caring about nonsense, you start caring about what's eternal. You reclaim your focus. You recover your peace. You walk the world with stillness, like a rock unmoved by waves. Seneca tells us, no man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. When you stop chasing the world's approval, when you stop reacting to its chaos, you begin to live on your terms. And that is what it means to be free. The Stoic doesn't care not because he's cold, but because he's focused. Because his care is a sword and he refuses to waste it swinging at shadows. So ask yourself today, not what you care about, but what you shouldn't. Reclaim that energy. Reclaim that clarity. Reclaim yourself. This is the gateway the Stoics walk through. Walk through it, and don't look back. Welcome to Stoic Gateway. Now let's go deeper. The death of the people pleaser. How much of your suffering comes from trying to make others happy? You say yes when you mean no. You laugh at things you don't find funny. You agree to things that compromise your values just to avoid being disliked. This is not kindness. This is slavery. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This is the madness of the people pleaser, the person who betrays themselves to be liked by people who don't even know themselves. The Stoic says, "Enough." Seneca reminds us, "Be your own spectator. Seek your own applause." To not care, in the Stoic sense, is to stand tall in your truth, even if it's not popular, especially when it's not popular. The enemy within, ego. There is another force that demands your constant care and attention, your ego. Your ego is always whispering, "They didn't respect you. You need to prove yourself. They have more than you. Do something." But the Stoic kills the ego, not the ambition. The Stoic seeks excellence, not validation. They seek virtue, not recognition. Ryan Holiday. "An ego is the enemy," echoes the Stoic spirit. Impressing people is utterly different from being truly impressive. To live with Stoic indifference is to ignore applause and accept silence. To know your worth without needing others to confirm it. To simply do the right thing and walk away. Silence is power. There is power in silence. Today, we feel pressure to speak, to respond, to react, to explain. But the Stoic knows the strongest man in the room is not the loudest, but the one who speaks with precision, or not at all. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. Zeno of Citium. Sometimes your silence wounds more than your words ever could. Not out of cruelty, but because it communicates confidence. You don't explain your boundaries. You enforce them. You don't engage in pointless debates. You walk away. You don't fight every battle. You win by not showing up. Silence is not weakness. It's clarity. And clarity is terrifying to those who feed on chaos. A Stoic's relationship with social media. Social media is a battlefield for your attention and identity. But the Stoic sees it for what it is. A tool, not a master. Here's a modern Stoic practice. Before you post, ask, "Why am I posting this? Is this for attention, ego, or is this useful, honest, and aligned with virtue?" Before you scroll, ask, "What am I feeding my mind? Would Marcus or Seneca waste their mornings in this rabbit hole?" You must treat your attention like sacred fire. Don't give it away lightly. If you wouldn't let someone walk into your house and trash it, don't let them do that to your mind. Detachment from results. You trained, you planned, you showed up. And still, you didn't get the promotion. Still, your relationship ended. Still, the world didn't reward your effort. So what now? The answer is Stoic detachment. You are not the result. You are the effort. Epictetus. A Stoic focuses on process, not outcome. Because outcomes are not fully in our control. But effort is. Intention is. Presence is. To not care about results doesn't mean you don't strive. It means you strive like a warrior and release the outcome like a monk. This frees you from bitterness, from envy, from entitlement. You no longer say, "Why me?" You say, "Next task, loving fate." The ultimate indifference. There is a higher level of Stoic not caring. It's not passive, it's divine. The Romans called it amor fati, love of fate. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness, out of everything that is thrown into it. Marcus Aurelius. Not only do you accept what happens, you embrace it. You use pain as fuel. You use hardship as sharpening. You use betrayal as clarity. This is the deepest Stoic detachment. To say, whatever life gives me, I will use it. The Stoic doesn't just survive adversity. They digest it and turn it into strength. They don't ask for an easier path. They ask for stronger feet. You become what you care about. Pause and ask yourself, what do I care about? What do I give my energy to? Day after day, that is who you are becoming. Care about gossip, you become petty. Care about money, you become anxious. Care about comparison, you become insecure. But care about wisdom, you become calm. Care about discipline, you become strong. Care about virtue, you become immortal. Seneca said, to live a good life, we have the potential for it. If we learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference, your attention is the paintbrush of your soul. Use it wisely. Practical daily rituals to protect your peace. Here are daily Stoic habits to protect your peace in a noisy world. Morning, premeditation. What might go wrong today? How will I respond? Set an intention. Today I will not be ruled by noise. Midday, mindful breath before responding to emails, calls, or interruptions. Walk alone, no phone. Just presence. Evening, journaling. What did I care too much about today? What deserves less of me tomorrow? Review your soul. Did I live by Stoic values today? These rituals aren't complicated, but practiced daily. They will harden your mind and soften your soul. Part 17. The world will try to pull you back in. Remember, the world wants you to care. It profits from your outrage, your fear, your overthinking. News outlets want your anxiety. Apps want your attention. Weak people want your reaction. But you must decide, do I care about this? And if the answer is no, you walk away not out of avoidance, but out of power. You're not ignoring the world. You're transcending it. You're saying, I will not be shaken by small things. I was not born to be tossed by every wave. You are a rock, an oak, a flame that doesn't flicker in the wind. Final words, the path of the unbothered. So here we are. You don't need to live a reactive life. You don't need to be triggered by everything. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to chase approval. You only need this. Know what is in your control. Control it. Let go of everything else. Be indifferent to praise, for it changes with the wind. Be unmoved by insult, for it reveals more about the speaker than you. Be content with your soul, your path, your discipline, because once you stop caring about what doesn't matter, you gain access to what truly does. Peace, focus, wisdom, power. So next time, life throws you a distraction, a temptation, a drama, ask yourself, does this deserve my soul? If not, walk on. That's the Stoic art of not caring. Subscribe to Stoic Gateway for more timeless wisdom to master the modern world. Welcome to Stoic Gateway.